Music. It's good for the soul. It soothes the savage beast. It also inspires us at different times of our lives, some more at more times than others. I want to hear tonight those albums and or songs that have inspired or changed you. Stay with us. Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Video Call-In Show. That show that invites you, yes, you, to be a live video guest on this program to talk about whatever you'd like to talk about. Usually the topic of the day, but it could be current events, it could be personal promotions, it could be just to chew the fat with your old buddy Jim. Joining is real easy. All you've got to do is point your web browser to zoom.us, click on Join a Meeting, enter in that meeting number when it asks for it. You will show up in my green room, and I will bring you up first come first serve, one at a time. As time allows, I'll be here for about the next hour to do just that. Again, my name is Jim, and I am the host of the Video Call-In Show, and I welcome you one and all. How are we this evening? How are we this evening? Like the title says, I want to know about those albums and or songs that changed you. Now, being a musician, what you'll find with folks like me is that there are so many. There are milestones that litter this guy's life when it comes to music and albums. Just to wax poetic a bit before we bring up our first guest. Oh, by the way, speaking of which, tonight's topic is provided by Crap My Dad Makes Me Watch. That is Crap My Dad Makes Me Watch. Adam does a wonderful job there of corralling his two young boys, making them watch current movies and trailers and whatnot, and has the reactions from them. It's not a kid's channel. It's all about how they see these trailers and these movies. That is Crap My Dad Makes Me Watch. Catch it when you get a chance. Thank you, Adam, so much for the suggestion. Again, folks, if you've got suggestions for topic ideas that you think might be fun for this show, there's an email address right down below. There's one in the description box. Send me an email right in the comments, and if I do use it, why, I'll make sure to give credit where credit is due. And if that sounds like content that is your bag of chips, then by all means, make sure that you follow, make sure you subscribe, make sure you ring that bell so you get notified when YouTube feels the need to notify you. And make sure you comment, of course. And hey, if you dig the video, give it a like if you would. It's appreciated. Oh, and don't forget to share. I mean, if you share the content, that is probably one of the most kind things you can do to those content creators that you enjoy, because it does so much for them. And believe me, I appreciate it more than you know. All right, let's see here. I have to I literally have to go and find the chat. I have closed out that window. Hopefully I'm live. And of course the stream is yellowing out on me. So when I do see the chat, let me know in the comments if you see any sort of buffering on your end. I would appreciate it. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. Yes, that was your host, because I had to go, rather than use the live studio, I had to go to the actual video to pull it up. Let's say hello before we go too much further here. To those kind folks that have decided to join us on YouTube. I'm still not seeing anything on my chat compiler, so we're just gonna have to go with this. How are you, Spike the Frugal Fixer? How good to see you. Oh, Led Zeppelin right off the bat, we get a Led Zeppelin, and for good reason. For good reason. Those of you who are of our generation, Led Zeppelin is very, very high on most people's lists. Ask me how I know. Then there's crap my dad makes me watch. How are you? Good to see. They might be Giants Flood 1991. Mr. Lodak, how are you, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. Paul Michael DB, good to see you as well. Jesse Mendez, hello to you. We've also got Raven the Commentator 2001. Good to see you, Raven. Thanks for being here. David, the producer. What's up with you, man? What is up with you? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Tech for your needs. Good to see you again as well. Thanks for being here, guys. We got Not a Great Gamer. How you doing, gamer? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Mo Homesteading, lurking yet again. Lurk all you want to, folks. I don't have a problem with lurking. I do want to get you up here so I can talk to you one-on-one, because it always ends up in some sort of cool conversation, and we get to learn something about you. That is what's so cool about this show, is I get people up here and I get to learn things that I wouldn't normally, and so do you by watching. You get to learn things about these people that you don't normally get to learn. That's what this is all about. Drone Kings in Darwin, how are you, Brad? Good to see you, my friend. Never count on pants being worn, David the producer. You should know better. Dirty D's, how you doing? What's happening with you? Thanks for being here. So yeah, I'm gonna go over a few of mine before I've got two guests in the waiting room, and get on, because if the more I have, the more I can spread out the time. If it gets to a certain point, then I'm not gonna be able to bring anybody up, and I hate turning people away. So now I've got to say the first. And this, I don't know how much this actually changed my life, but it certainly made a huge impression on me. And that is the song Wipeout. I think I've mentioned this before, that song in particular, that song made me realize, one, that I had rhythm. And that, say what you will, rhythm is rare in a lot of people. All you have to do is go to a concert and watch the folks clap along to the music. It's not hard to find those people who have a little bit of trouble staying on time, or at least being on the right beat. But that song in particular really made me, because I was able to do it before my brother. My brother is a better percussionist than I am, but I was killing him on it. He was one-fingered it, and I was doing double. So I'll just say that right away, because that was huge for me. Now another also, I'll even throw an album in there before I bring up my first guest. The album that arguably made the most impression on me early on was Pink Floyd The Wall. And I'm not alone in that. It is one of the most popular albums of all time. I'm going to try that again. It is one of the most popular albums of all time. And for good reason. If you youngsters haven't gone out there and listened to that, I mean, front to back, listen to it in its entirety, listen to it in order, not just piecemeal songs. You've got to listen to the entire thing and read the story behind it. You will learn so much about it. Outdoorsy Gallo, how you doing? Good to see you. Ray Rasaw, how are you? Great to see you guys. Great to see you. Stacy Morgan, good. Used to get hammered to Frank Zappa. I used to get hammered. Well, not hammered, but there was a lot of fun happening when some of the times Pink Floyd The Wall was on the record player, if you know what I mean. And I'll just leave it at that. You guys can draw your own conclusions there. So there you have that. That's those are definitely two of the the ones that come to mind immediately. And I will tell you that the first album I ever bought was Steve Miller Band's The Joker. That's the first one I ever bought with my own money. And yes, that had a marked influence on my life as well. I don't know if it was a life changer, but it was certainly. Oh yes. Ray says The Wall was a very dark movie. It was. And if you folks know anything about the character, I mean, yes, it was loosely based on one of the original members, Sid Barrett. The Who, Tommy. That's an excellent album. Excellent album. Oh, The Wall's here. Who knew that The Wall had its own YouTube channel? That's awesome. Welcome. How do I know you? You're a mod. How do I know you? Interesting. Infinite Moi, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, let's dispense with the tomfoolery and bring up our first guest. Shall we? You guys ready? Now again, there's room to jump up. I've got two in the queue. Did I not? Oh, look, I muted myself on Zoom. That was silly.
Raven? Yeah, Mabel? Does that topic sound a bit familiar to you? Wasn't that one of the last shows? Like, the songs that impacted, some of us? Yeah, that one. I mean, that was the one where you, talked about those Disney songs, right? Well, just because it's the same topic doesn't mean it's the same one. I know Jim could back me up on this, but,
Oh, no, you are absolutely right. This is kind of a sister topic. The first one was songs, this one's albums, and I even added songs just to make sure that those people who didn't get in last time would be able to get in this time as well.
Yep. All right. Hang on a second. Try to add in that extra line here so that you can see the both of us.
Oh, much better. Much better.
Yeah. Sorry about the darkness here earlier. I did not fully prepare myself before I even decided to join in.
Oh, that's okay. I hardly prepared myself for jumping on. I kid, of course. Hello, Brand Ariels. How you doing, man? Good to see you. So, Raven, did you want to expand then, since you had made it for that other show as well?
Yes, so I know I mentioned a lot about like a lot of the Disney songs that have impacted on my life since like the last time that I talked about this, you know, like Let It Go, How Far I'll Go, all that sort of stuff. And one key album, at least to me anyway, that kind of changed my life in a way was all of the songs when I went to go see The Lion King on Broadway. I mean, the way that they expanded on the songs, the way that they made the songs sound much bigger than life, and the way that they made them more inspirational for Broadway is just absolutely outstanding. Not even like the 2019 Lion King remake can touch that.
Oh,
Never.
I agree. You know, oddly enough, Raven, I've saw the play. It came through town. Extraordinary theater. I mean, they did a great job with that.
Yeah,
So I
they
totally
most certainly
agree.
did.
Totally
I remember
agree.
like watching that musical, but in the Denver Theater District in Colorado, and it was absolutely amazing. I mean, it just opened my eyes to a new array of ways of like musicals and whatnot. And also, a lot of the songs on Hello Dolly, these are good ones.
Yeah.
And yeah, this was a recent musical that I saw with my aunts. My other aunts, not the one that not with like the redheaded one that I go to Denver Comic Con with, but the other aunt who's like the OK Boomer Sooner fan. But anyways, Hello Dolly she saw Hello Dolly in New York while it was on Broadway, and then I saw Hello Dolly for the first time, and it was amazing. It was an amazing musical, amazing songs, great acting, all that stuff, all that jazz.
Awesome. To reference another. Nice. I see what you did there. I have not seen that though. And we do honestly see quite a bit of theater. But we have not seen that one.
No.
Interesting. That's cool. That is cool.
Yeah.
'Cause you're such a show gal. I mean,
I mean, like with like, you know, the new SpongeBob SquarePants musical, like not being like on Broadway necessarily, but in theaters like all across the country. I mean, what else is there to offer? You know, besides just like making like, I think Frozen. I know the one that I mentioned. It has like a great soundtrack. The movie has a great soundtrack, and it of course like helped me realize that there's more to Disney movies than just, like the music and stuff. Like the songs have stories behind them that all of us can relate to.
Yeah, yeah. And that's well, I know that's why that appeals to you. But again,
Yeah.
even standard albums, by
Yeah.
artists,
And
that's usually the thing, right? That you
yeah.
connect so much with the music that it makes an impact on you. So I totally get that, and all of our
Yeah.
tastes are going to be different.
Yeah. And a lot of our tastes are going to be different. And even like I remember that one song from SpongeBob that always stands out to me is Best Day Ever. I
Hmm.
listen to that almost frequently.
Yeah.
And also ever since Steven Hillenburg had passed away from ALS, it kind of helped me realize that you can make every day the best day ever.
Hmm.
It just all depends on you, and maybe some support from people around you, including some of your best friends.
Well, it's so funny you say that because this is like the third time you've told us that you get so much good inspiration from these songs, and I
Yeah.
love that about you, Raven. I love
Mhm.
that about you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Do you let's just throw this in one small direction before I get to my next guest.
All right.
Do you pick a pop album that is likely your favorite? You have one?
Pop album would probably have to be "Pray for the Wicked" by Panic at the Disco. Some of the songs in there, they have a whole lot of meaning to them. They can range from the triumphs and tribulations of some of the of what Brendan and Yuri had to go through to some of the other things.
Mm-hmm.
And the lyrics of all the songs have like a lot of meaning to them, and they have a lot of relatability.
Yeah. Cool. Very cool. Well, what about Mabel?
I think I'd probably have to be Lover from Taylor Swift. I think, Taylor Swift is absolutely an amazing pop artist. And, she has a lot of relatable songs. Like, I know Me might probably have to be The Bopper. That's my favorite. It also has Brandon Urie on it, which kind of makes me and Raven connect a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Raven's more of a Panic at the Disco kind of girl. She also likes some Taylor Swift too. Whereas me, I'm just all out. And I like, a lot of 80s music stuff like Don't Stop Believin' by Journey.
Very good. Well, thank you, Mabel. I appreciate
All
that.
right.
Thank you, Jim.
All right, guys. Well, again, thanks for sharing. That was awesome.
All right. Thank you so much.
You bet. Well, bye-bye. We'll talk to you later.
Bye. All right.
Oh, man. I had to nail her down on a pop album. I just wanted to hear. And Panic at the Disco, that's interesting. That is one band I have not listened to. Have I apparently I've missed something. So may I have to now. I did want to say hello to Stacking Stormtrooper. How you doing, Stormy? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. And who else popped in here when I wasn't looking? Brand Ariels. How you doing, Brand? Thanks for being here, guys. Absolutely wonderful to have you. All right, let's not muddy the airways with any more of my my inane ramblings. Let's call up our next guest here, shall we? This should be interesting. Wait for him to get his mic turned on there.
Hello.
There it is. Hey, not a great gamer. How you doing, man?
I wasn't sitting down.
I know. I've been sitting here in an uncomfortable silence for all of 5 seconds, man, waiting on you.
I do apologise.
That's okay. You're getting a cold, man?
Pardon?
You getting a cold?
No, I was just somewhere very cold.
Ah, I see.
I'm warming up again, and I'm like suffering a bit.
I'm with you.
I'll be alright in 2 seconds. It's hang on, I'll do a quick conversion for you Americans.
Conversion?
Yeah, in what temperature it is over at the moment.
Ah, yes.
24.8. So
24.8 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's not, yeah, so it's not freezing,
No.
but it's cold enough to when you're standing out there with nothing but slippers on your feet.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, I wasn't expecting the early one to be so quick. That's why I was like, right, I'll go and tend to some stuff in the middle of the night in the garden. I'll be here, guys.
Well, I didn't want to get chastised for leaving you in the green room, so.
I enjoy the green room. It gives me time to think.
It is a nice, quiet place, isn't it?
It is very quiet.
How you doing this evening, man? This early morning for you.
Same shit, different day.
Tell me about it.
Same shit, different day. I hope you're good though.
I'm better. I am much better than I have been for a while. I think I got most of it out last night, which is nice. I'm not by any means over these changes. Loved your video though, by the way. Somebody said that the hatchet needed more rust on it, or the axe needed more rust on it. That was brilliant.
The thing is, right, I could have maintained it better, but proof in the pudding, at least I used the axe. At least I use it. It's used, isn't it? It
Yes.
doesn't just mean it's sitting there like a display thing. That
right.
thing has been... I have chopped many a timber with that.
and maybe a sausage or two.
Sausage or two, yeah.
Oh, I do want to say hello to Elaine Value de Femme. How you doing, Elaine? Good to see you.
Hello.
And Pixel P is back with us. How you doing, Pixel Pia? Always a pleasure to have you here.
Hello there.
Oh my, the gamer is on.
The granulated gamer. Look at the screen.
Yes, you are pixelated to a certain extent.
Granulated.
Does
I
it
like that
does
word.
it hurt?
No. Oh, I'm looking the wrong way. Okay. No, it doesn't hurt.
So,
Here
gamer,
we go. Yes.
we're just gonna fight through the pain, man. You and me both.
Yep. Ask me the question.
Yes. What album changed your life, man? Could be a song if you want to go down that road, because I did open it up to that.
There's many.
Then choose the first one.
The first one, as a very, very, very young child, oh my God, I was brought up. My father was a biker. We always had motorbikes out the front of our house. I
Mhm.
was brought up on, when I was a child, AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, Iron Maiden, Wasp, Motorhead, like blasting out. Like, I remember driving at 3-4 years old with Wasp blasting out. My father in his Ford Capri. It was Wild Child. I don't know if you know that song. I'm a wild child, come and get me, I want you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one, and that was some heavy stuff, but the one that probably is most prominent, which is a bit cheesy I suppose, would be Kiss's Crazy Nights, because that come out when I was actually born. I remember that being played a lot when I was a child.
Really?
I remember my mother watching the music videos of me as a kid, and when she died, that album actually helped me get over her death quite a lot,
Oh wow.
because it brought back a lot of good memories. There's a Reason to Live on that album, and I can't listen to that song without crying.
Mm.
It reminds me of being, even now I'm actually getting emotional, but it reminds me of being a kid in the living room with my mother when my dad was at work, and us two were singing along to that video, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was tiny. Christ. I remember listening to that album when I was like 3.
No
And
kidding.
it was, yeah. I remember Wasp. That's possibly actually my first ever band I remember would be Wasp.
Mm. Well, that's
when
cool.
my dad was young, you know, he had me in his teens.
Yeah.
Or he was 20, or by the time he had me, he was 20. So he drove like a cock. He drove fast. So I was in the back of that car with heavy metal blasting out. He had his long hair. The windows were down. He didn't give a shit. And I just remember just getting tossed about in the back of that car with the seatbelt. The rear-wheel drive, haven't they? He lived it. He lived it. And then, good memories, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
I suffer tinnitus now, but I actually do. But
Tinnitus?
Yeah, sorry, tinnitus.
I had
don't know
to
how you pronounce
Americanize it. I'm sorry. I suffer from that as
Sorry.
well.
It's now literally whenever we go out shooting, one shot of a 22 LR and my ears are going, "Ee," and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Are you not wearing hearing protection?
No.
Oh, you should, man. Even 22s.
They're one of the worst, I find.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah.
got a really high crack to it, haven't they? Because they're so overcharged and undersized. You know what I mean? They've got a nice little crack. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to go into weapons with you again because I'll get excited. But it's one of the reasons I love still listening to music, and I can't play it nowhere near as good as I can because of my hands. But the tinnitus, as you call it, also affects from playing. I'm a bass player, I'm by the drummer. Every time he hits that snare, my ears hear it, and I hear it after. I'm literally walking along, jumping to the beat of the song still for about 3 hours after, and my ears just get worse and worse. And I'm like, freaking snare drum. And the crashes do it as well.
I've got just the thing for you. I use it every time that we rehearse, and they are sound reduction earbuds.
Oh yeah.
They take out the harshness, especially the crack of the snare, the sizzle of the cymbals, but you can hear all the playing. I wear these.
Can you sing as well though?
Oh yeah,
with them on.
Absolutely, because you can still hear your monitor. It's just nothing is harsh. Nothing makes your head want to bleed. Your ears want to bleed. Which I get what you're saying, man. Trust me, I'm no stranger to ear fatigue when you're behind a kit, but much less being a bass player. Get some of these reduction.
I might.
Yeah, they're.
Sorry, there was a bit of delay there, buddy. I thought you'd stopped, and sorry, it cut out.
No, these are ETY MOTIC, and they are just the shit. In fact, ERYplugs.com. Is that ET? No, that's ER. No, fuck, that's ET. Where the hell's... I got contacts in, but this much too small.
I wonder. So what was that, ERY or ETY?
Well, look at both. I think it's ETY. Yeah, it's got to be ETYplugs.com. They're not that expensive, and man, do they make every bit of difference in the world. You musicians out there, especially you, David, the producer, I know you're a bass player as well. Look into those, man, because you may not want to wear them for gigs, but when you're rehearsing, these things are everything, because you're usually in a really nice closed space when you're rehearsing, and that just causes the head to want to explode.
We used to play in like British pubs and whatnot, so it was small
so
venues
still
anyway.
Small, yeah, and I've done that too. Yep, not British pubs, but the American version.
I remember we used to do 2 halves, and it was fine the first half. And he was like, yeah, I can handle this. And then he used to go on the second half, and he used to hit that cymbal, the snare once. He used to just go, Jesus Christ, because your ears had adjusted, going back down to nothing again.
Yep.
Instead of going back up. Oh.
Exactly. Hello, Patty. How are you? Good to see you.
Patty.
Yeah, I was one time, and JD Tremaine's here as well. How you doing, JD? I played a place so small that I literally had to stay behind my kit during the breaks. They brought me drinks and food.
we once played on a place so small that it was somebody's boat.
That's small.
And I swear to God, the boat leaned on its side. We had to put shit on the side of the drum kit so it didn't slide down. It was a tidal boat. It didn't sit in the water. It sat on the sand, and then when the tide used to come in, it used to raise it up. If that makes sense. So when it set down, and I swear to God, this place played in front of about 20 people. This place was literally about the room. I had to crouch in it, and I'm only 6 foot tall.
Oh man!
Right, it like lowered one end.
Yeah.
15 foot wide by 20 foot long, maybe.
Oh, that's just a big master bedroom.
And like, well, it is over there. Over here, I ain't even know that's a mansion. and they made us crank it up.
Really?
So there was all of these old rock songs that they wanted being, yeah, and it's just days like that. Good memories, but they affect you later on. They really, really do. Because I remember actually after that having scabs coming out of my ears a couple of days later, and I've never had that in my life.
Holy shit. Scabs.
Only on 2 occasions. When I went to see Tim Ripper Owens a couple of years ago, which he was a singer of Judas Priest.
Mm-hmm.
He played so loud that someone passed out.
Holy crap. I've seen that before, though.
It was... Have you ever heard of a band called Manowar?
Yes, I have.
Right, they're one of my favourite... He's basically one of my favourite singers of all time. Eric Adams is one of the greatest singers of all time. That's just fact. I don't mean that as a... He's amazing. Anyway, I've seen them, and they have the status. They ain't the loudest band on earth anymore, but they did hold it like 10 years ago, and they are ridiculous. When I saw Tim Owens, the dude was like just as loud. And that was in a tiny venue, and I could not get over that place, how that place did not fall down. I have never felt such intense vibrations. Like, you could actually touch the walls, and the walls were constantly just shaking, and they were solid brick walls. It was...
Wow.
They bought America here, that's for sure.
Yeah, sounds kind of awesome, actually.
It was.
To get the wall, you get the walls to resonate like that?
That was the other occasion, as I said, 'cause I thought there was only one time. That was the other occasions where the day after I had blooming scabs coming out of my ears.
Oh yeah, dude. I know how that how that feels. Believe me.
He does a song. I won't do like but it's a really high pitch where he goes in one of the songs, and it's in the first song he did. They didn't do no tests or nothing. So, like, I'd been backstage, we'd had a chat and everything, because, like, we're pals, I don't mean that. We went out the front, and they just started, and then they started playing, and everyone was, like, literally, even the people accustomed to that music were standing there going, and it was literally, like, metaphorically, your hair, your face being melted off, and then when he hit that high note, that first high note, everyone literally had to go for their ears. Because it was just such power, you couldn't even decipher it. It was going into, like, the range of dogs.
Range of dogs.
Such immense power. Well, yeah, only where dogs could hear.
Yeah.
I've never heard stuff like it in my life.
So...
like, for 20 seconds. People were dying. Some old chick passed out from it.
It still sounds like fun. Well, in my younger days, I would have loved that kind of stuff. But of course, that's why I've got tinnitus now.
Well, yeah, it does give you damage. And I could show you a screenshot of a conversation. 2 days later, I messaged him, "You mother fudger, you've permanently damaged my hearing." And he actually messaged me, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to. Was it too loud?" And he wasn't joking. He was genuinely concerned because he'd had complaints. He'd had complaints at the venue from nearby residents.
Yeah.
It was in this little tiny seaside town. And when they played, when we went off at half time and we went and grabbed some fish and chips, and we could hear the venue in the fish and chip restaurant like 200 metres down the road. Oh, memories. You gotta love them.
Oh, you gotta love them.
But that's all dying now. I mean, that was only a few years ago, and for it to be that recent, that venue's closed. That venue's actually gone now.
Yeah, that does happen. In fact, I've seen a kind of a drying up over here of sorts. But you know, there's always going to be places where people want to hear music, and
I've seen some amazing places in America that I would love to go to. You have one of the best ones. I'll give an example because most people know it in America who know rock. Rainbow's Bar and Grill in LA. You go into a grill, you eat your dinner and watch a band. That is freaking awesome.
Oh yeah. There's actually a lot of those around.
That would be considered rude over here.
Really?
If I was playing a band and there was someone eating a steak in front of me, I'd stop my shit and go, "Are you fucking joking? Watch me or get out." Yeah. Yeah.
You're not going to get many encores with that, man.
The other one I don't like is when they get phones. They used to get phones out and put them up in my face.
Oh, I never had to worry
Luckily,
about. Yeah, I never had to deal with that.
It was the early days for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, I was in my late teens, so phones weren't a big thing, but that used to piss me off, mate.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I used to love it when people get up and take pictures, though. That was awesome because I knew they were going to share it, like people are sharing this stream. Segue.
It's because, you know, when they're taking a photo with a camera, they're not standing there filming you for 50 seconds.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's a lot more invasive.
It is. It is. All right. Well, listen, gamer. I'm going to go to our next guest, if you don't mind. I appreciate you sharing, man. That
I do mind.
you're, the album that was heartfelt, and I get it, man. I get it. That's cool.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay. Who's on next?
Chrissy
tell
is.
us. Woo!
Outdoorsy Gal. You know, her and Johnny, they're both big music folks.
Well, outdoors, I can never say it. Sorry. It's the O. It just really messes me up.
Me too.
All the best. There you go. Right. Take care of yourself.
All right. Thanks, bud. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye. Honestly, I didn't even expect that. Because that was a, you know, I don't have any. I'm very fortunate in that I don't have any songs or albums that I can attribute to, you know, that type of significant event in your life. I know a lot of people do, especially songs, because a lot of them are played at funerals, and a lot of people share songs, that sort of thing. And when those people pass, why they become. In fact, if you remember, we had Cynthia from. Well, she came on and she was talking about a song that really stuck in her mind because of a passing of a friend. But I'm not. Let's not. There we go. Let's not go down in the doldrums. I don't want to bring down the house. I do want to say hello to Miyaka's Creations. How you doing? I hope I got that right. Is that Miyaka? Horrible names. You do it. How you doing? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Welcome to the show, guys. Tonight we're talking about albums that changed your life, and you can include songs in that if you'd like to. Some have. I know I did. And I've already had a show on songs that were very important to you, but I expanded this one just a bit. Yes, and that was actually this topic was actually suggested by Crap My Dad Makes Me Watch. Adam, thank you so much once again for suggesting a topic. And again, folks, if you have a topic that you'd like to suggest, my email address is right down the bottom of every one of my videos. It's also in the doobly-doo, which is the description below. So feel free to throw a suggestion this way. If so, I always try to give credit where credit is due. If you don't want credit, then tell me, and I won't. Let's say you don't want your full name exposed. Oh, good, I got it right. I got it right. Can you hear me, you dynamic duo?
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Absolutely.
You can't hear us.
You'll have to.
Oh,
You'll have to act like you're married and buddy up a little bit, because we can't see you,
That's what
Chrissy.
I was trying to do, but it's these darn chairs. I might have to go get other chairs. I don't know.
Act like you like each other. It'd be all right.
It's
There
went
you
down.
go. There you go.
We're a little bit. Something like that.
Well, now I've got to add Johnny in there, don't I? Well, Johnny and Chrissy, how you guys doing?
Good.
Great, thanks.
It's
There we
funny.
go.
We're watching you talk to us, and there's about a 3-second delay.
Oh, because you're watching the YouTube video, not the Zoom feed.
Well, I don't know which one is which.
You're not listening. You're not listening to the Zoom or the YouTube video, are you?
I don't know.
Up at the top.
Up at the top. Oh,
See?
no, that won't. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
We can see ourselves, but we can't see
Alright.
Jim. Hold on.
You should see both of
This
them.
is bizarre, right?
You should see both
Every
of us.
day is a learning moment.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna minimize that. I can see you.
Hello, Tony from View
that's
This. How you
bizarre.
doing, buddy? Good to see you.
I can only see him as a little Jim. We can't see him as a big Jim. I don't know why.
I'll make myself
Gallery
smaller.
view?
Yes,
Is that-
gallery view. You should see.
No!
Well, if you click the gallery view, you'll be on speaker view. You should
go.
see the two screen.
There.
And if you watch the two screen, you can see. Yeah, you can see
Yeah.
whether or not you're able to be seen or not. And that's why you got to get closer
One's
to Johnny.
3-second delay.
Yeah, the 3-second delay is.
Yeah, I know. It's these chairs with the arms.
Oh. Well, there you go. So can we
They
hear?
can be okay. Yeah.
Can we hear each other real time? No.
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 We can see you talking and then it comes out.
Yeah, because you're listening to the YouTube.
No.
Yeah, you're listening to the YouTube video. You gotta mute that and then listen only.
Have it. It is.
It is muted.
It is. It's minimized and it's over in the corner muted. But I'm looking at the gallery view and it's got you and us and then a big window of us.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
Put it on, see.
you're
Yeah, for some reason
a
the
little bit delayed.
yeah,
It could have something to do with weather. right?
it could. Well, what I'll do is I will try to speak and give a clear opening for you guys to talk as well. How are you, Chrissy and Johnny?
We're great.
We're doing great. How much was out of a delay?
That was about
Probably
3 or
about
4
3 seconds
seconds
or
delay.
something.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
going to happen. Chrissy, you're still going to have to get closer to Johnny. If you look at the small screen, you'll notice we can't see
Okay.
you.
I'm gonna go get another chair because these both have arms
Okay.
and we can't get close. So I'll be right back.
Oh, all right.
Johnny will talk to you first a sec. I will go and
Well, Johnny,
another chair.
while she's gone, you
Okay, I'll
might
be
as
right
well tell us about the album that changed your life.
Okay.
Well, which life? What album? I'd say 2112, Rush 2112. See, it all started, I heard Farewell to Kings when I was in grade 7. And then, so I had to go back, even though I heard previous songs from earlier albums, and then I bought 2112. I had the plastic off it before I got home. That's how I had to check it out. I was like really intensely needing to hear it. And then I heard 2112, and the meek shall inherit the earth. It blew me away.
A little better?
Yes, much. Well, you still need to move back a little bit there, or to your right, Chrissy. There you go. There you
I
go.
have to
That's
get close to-
yep. There
I'll
you
get
go.
close to
Perfect.
you.
Perfect.
He's in the lower chair.
That's fine. That's fine.
He should be taller than me in real life. But anyway, yeah, he's a big Rush fan, right?
Yeah, and so am I. I've been a Rush fan since probably wrong way, Johnny, the other way. Probably since about 73, when I got to listen to Fly By Night for the first time, and fell in love with it. And then, of course, by the time I was watching, got to go to concerts, they were my first concert in 1974. So I'm a huge Rush fan.
You're lucky.
Have I not said that before? Have I not?
I've never seen them, and Johnny
Oh, we don't have it.
has.
I seen them in 81. It
Oh,
was like amazing. Maple Leaf Gardens. And they blew the roof off the place.
yeah, they are the best.
I know people that went to school with them, but
Oh, yeah.
you know, I know people that went to school in Willowdale with them, but
Mhm.
you know, I haven't talked to those people in a while. But they're older than I am, of course. But yeah, At first, you know what their thing was? They thought they were weird when they were growing up. Rush. They thought they were weird.
Yeah, they did.
Because they couldn't dance to their songs. And these are girls I'm talking about.
In Willowdale, that would be Alex and Getty.
Yes.
Yes.
Alex and
Yes.
Getty. Yeah, down in Willowdale, right?
Yeah. 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 They still had their original drummer at that point. Yeah, I'm surprised
Yeah.
that
What was his name, Johnny?
John Rutsey.
Yep.
Oh,
Who passed away in I think 12, didn't he? Or 08 or 12.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He took it well. I mean, he was the one that really didn't want to tour and didn't like where the music was going. So I get that, but that would still suck, right?
and yeah. Every time we see a certain kind of motorbike, there goes Neil Peart. No, what is it? I don't even know what it is.
Neil Peart?
Sport enduro type bike.
Yeah, it's a BMW, I
He
believe.
thinks he's driving by it.
Could be a Ducati. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, probably a Ducati. The most expensive one, probably.
Oh yeah. Well, when you're Neil Peart, you can do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when I was growing up, I didn't really have an album that changed my life per se. But yeah, you guessed. I was on a grade 8 trip to Ottawa. And the boys were all like freaking out over the Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy Elton John album because it had a naked woman on it. Right? And they all thought they were cool. So I had to go out and buy it. I had to be cool, right? But since then, a friend of mine, a childhood friend, a girl who I still hang out with, we used to do routines to songs, like in my parents' living room, because the one wall was totally a mirror. And we used to do like little routines and act stuff out and get costumes out and act silly. And every time my parents had company, my aunts and uncles or whatever would come over, we were made to perform.
Ah,
Just
yes.
because of, records.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it changed my life in a way. I get to be a ham.
I'm so disappointed. I expected to hear ABBA.
No. but that was a thing, eh? That was around the time of the Bay City Rollers, eh?
Oh,
For me,
yeah.
That was like grade 9.
Saturday night. Yeah.
ABBA and the Bay City Rollers were a big deal. Actually, Bay City Rollers just played up our way a few weeks ago. And I guess Gamer would know a lot about them.
Are they still
But I
wearing
think,
plaid?
Woody was in the band.
Mm.
I don't know. I didn't get to see them.
Oh.
But,
That would be kind
I
of silly.
still have probably about 4 of their albums in the basement somewhere.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell too many people that, Chrissy.
Well, it was a thing, okay? It shows how old I am. That's all it is, I know. But I had some Scottish friends, so it was a thing.
It absolutely was a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a lot of radio play for their 1 or 2 hits. I don't remember how many. But you're right. It was a thing.
City Rollers.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Not my cup of
Did you
tea.
just lose a little bit of volume there?
Not here.
Maybe it's these stupid things I got on. Not there? Okay.
No, we're good. We're good. Hey, Magic Jones, how you doing? We also got Jelly Duck and Ghana. How you doing, guys? Good to see you. Sorry, I had to say hello to some folks.
Guys.
We are talking about albums. This is perfect.
Yeah,
this
we
is
can
right
talk
down.
Music all day long.
Oh, I know.
I still have all my 45s, all my albums. You
Wow.
still have all your albums.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Kiss Alive. That was a pretty
Oh,
good
yes.
Yes?
one. Yeah.
Yes, one of my
One of the
all-time
first
favorites.
Kiss.
Aerosmith, Get Your Wings.
Yeah.
Black Sabbath, Paranoid. All these I still have and love.
Ozzy, freak.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
Ozzy.
I still have
He
all
loves
those
Ozzy.
vinyls.
And Metallica.
Metallica.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So to see.
Are we on the same Test 1, 2. Did you hear that? No, we still have a delay.
Test 1, 2.
Yeah.
Just heard that.
Yeah. It seemed like we were on the same page
It's
there
kind of
for a minute.
hard. Yeah, I don't know why that happens. See, it probably has something to do with the ionosphere or something crazy.
Well, we do have a
Star's
connection
not
thing
lighting up.
because sometimes you'll get all herky jerky. How's the weather up there right now?
It's snowing.
Well, it snowed all day, like quarter-sized flakes. And we were supposed to go away for a couple hours to go see a relative today. And it was like, no, I'm not driving in that, even though I have my winter tires on.
Mm.
I didn't expect you to drive because it was my relative. So anyway, we didn't go. And then later on in the day, it was really wet and sleety.
Mm.
I think it's snowing right now.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think so. I don't
Just
know.
lightly.
Yeah. Well, that's
But
too
it
bad.
must be
Too
enough
early.
that it's interfering.
Yeah. I don't know about you
right?
guys. Is it too early for you guys for snow?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a little later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like it maybe December 24th.
You and the rest of the free
I
world.
mean, we haven't even got. Yeah, I know, eh? But we haven't even got our snowmobiles out yet, eh, Johnny?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, they're ready to go.
And the snow blower's ready to go.
Yeah, everything's ready to go. They just needs to be arranged in the garage.
Yeah.
Arranged
I-
just right.
Lawnmowers are all fogged and
I haven't even gone over to
Everything's
get mine
stored,
yet.
Boat.
oh.
Yeah, you're
Well, you
cutting.
have a garage though. You have a big, nice garage with a tractor in it and all that too, right?
No, that's out of my boy's place. I mean, I've got
It
a
is a nice tractor.
I've got a garage hooked up to the house here, but he's got the shop.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're lucky there.
Oh, I know.
You're lucky.
I
I
know.
was thinking about buying a little tractor for around here.
Mm.
You're handy, eh, Jim?
Oh, they are very
Tractor?
handy. This is by no means a little tractor. It's not huge, but it's you can't use it in your lawn unless you're really doing some heavy stuff, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was thinking like a 30 horsepower Kubota or something, or John Deere, or
Yeah.
maybe something like that.
Yep.
With a backhoe on it.
Oh yeah. One of these days, I'm actually going to build a
What
towable
other,
backhoe.
albums do you want to talk about? What about your Metallica ones that you like so much?
Oh, I love Ride the Lightning. That's one of my favorites. Or the first one, was it Injustice for All? No, the first one. I can't think of the first album. But
I
yeah,
do.
when I heard that, I was like, wow. Used to practice hockey and listen to it, and yeah, it was like get pumped up for hockey on Metallica.
I still listen to Rush
And
when
you
I'm
listen
working
to
on some
Judas
things.
Priest.
Oh, and the Priest.
Oh yeah.
But I
yeah.
love Rush. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
best.
It's the best.
I like. Yeah, I could listen to the whole 2112 without interruption, no problem. Yeah, or most of their albums, a lot of their albums, some of the 80s stuff, like middle 80s stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
I still like it though.
Yeah.
I bet I know which album changed your life though. Appetite.
Oh,
Guns N' Roses.
oh
GNR, yeah.
Appetite for Destruction. When I heard that, it was like, did you hear that?
I had one
Like
very
all the
similar. Yeah.
All this, like the swearing and stuff.
Yeah. I had one very similar to that. It was Styx Grand Illusion,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
because
have
it was
that.
such a departure.
I
Yeah.
seen them live not
Oh.
long ago.
And Boston, the first album.
Oh, Boston. Yeah.
Oh man.
More than the.
Yeah, I so
God,
remember
he
those
could
albums as
sing,
being
eh?
like
What a
showstoppers.
shame he passed away.
Yeah. Well, all good things must come to a
Lost Jim,
close,
I think.
and this is one of those. Guys, we're heading up the top of the hour.
Well, there you go. Hey, now I can hear both.
That's
Okay, we have issues with our.
With the
Headphone.
splitter? We have
Oh,
a
there's
splitter, right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
That's better.
That's what's going on, maybe.
Not a problem.
Here.
Not a problem.
Hear
That
both head.
That and the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a few technical issues, but we'll survive.
We will. Well, guys, thanks so much for sharing those. You know, I knew we'd be seeing eye to eye on a lot of these, and it's always nice talking to both of you. But we are heading up at 11 o'clock, or 11 o'clock our time.
Oh, they left him.
Don't know.
What's that? I have not left you, but you have locked up. Well, we'll give him a few more.
Which screen's looked up?
Internet connection is unstable.
We're unstable.
Yeah, you're popping in and out. So let's say our goodbyes real fast. Thanks so much, guys, for coming on.
Wave, Johnny.
Unstable. Usually they're saying that about me.
Thanks for having us.
You bet. Take care, guys. Stay warm, will you?
Okay, bye, guys.
Yeah, we will.
Yep.
All right, bye-bye. Oh, what a great couple. What a great couple. And I knew we would see eye to eye on this music thing, because that is just the generation we came from. All right. Well, that's another one of the books, guys. I want you to, oddly enough, tomorrow night's show was actually suggested by Chrissy, Outdoorsy Gal. Oh, we're going to be talking about your most embarrassing moment. Again, that's tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern. I want to thank all of my guests for coming on tonight. Everyone in the chat. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I appreciate it. Make sure on your way out you hit like on this video. Make sure you also share if you see fit, and don't ever forget to follow or subscribe. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for being here. I really had fun. Again, join us tomorrow night. We are here every Sunday through Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern, and it's a different subject every night. And I hope you'll join us tomorrow night. But for now, we're going to call it a day. And I have to leave you with this. Make sure that you treat others the way you would want to be treated. If we all did that, this world would be a better place. Thanks, everyone, again for joining. Have a good evening, and we will see you live